make a hot cake every hour. Keep that skillet good and greasy all the time, time, time. Keep that skillet good and greasy all the time. Welcome to Food Notes number 13 already.
Is it?
Yeah, let's hope that everything goes good today and we don't cut ourselves or burn something. But we're really proud of 13 of them. You know, it's gonna be nice. What are we gonna cook today, Jens?
Well, we always sit, you know, we think, what we're going to cook. And so we're going to prepare a pork tenderloin in the oven and, you know, fried in the oven. And we have some carrots and we make what we call polenta, which is like a yellow grits. But it's a very prominent dish in the south of Switzerland and Italy, and polenta with cheese and such things. And we make a nice sauce. We have lots of herbs. It's going to be fun.
What do we have for ingredients? Two wonderful pork tenderloins. I'm just going to prepare them in a little while. We have a little bit of flour that we need for the tenderloins and the sauce. And then we have a bunch of chives, a little rosemary for the pork. Thyme, and then we have some scallions, a little bit of parsley. We have the calvados for the sauce, a little bit of red wine. And what do we have there? A red pepper?
Well, we just need one bell pepper that we're going to put into the sauce. We're going to slice it very thin. And we're going to make carrots in butter with a little parsley. And then we have milk that we need for the polenta. And water, of course. Some salt, pepper. We need some vegetable stock and some grated cheese. And the cheese is a mixture between Parmesan and Assaggio. It could be, you know, any kind of cheese that you like. And this is pretty coarse, but it could also be fine. That's all good. So I think, are we ready? For the tenderloins, we're going to fry them, of course, first, but we are going to preheat the oven. So let me see. 350 is a good temperature. You know, you could slow cook the meat, but it's not what we're going to do. We're just going to put it at 350 and just wait until it's rightly done.
I'm going to dress the tenderloins, and of course you don't have to use pork tenderloins. You can use chicken breasts, or there are turkey tenderloins that are almost the same size. You can prepare them the same way if you don't like pork. What I do is I have to remove that silky sinew in here. And just go under it, just slide over like that, and cut them off like that. This is really tough afterwards, and see if there's any fat hanging off that you don't want. You know, this is pretty good here. So
looks good.
That looks good. These are wonderful pieces. Yes, absolutely. You know, so again here, same thing. Get that off. I have to bring a good knife for this. This works fine. Don't be too. You don't have to be too careful about this. Then we're going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on it, a little bit of flour, and we're going to braise them in the frying pan. Seasoning the pork, a little bit of pepper, good pepper mill, and a little bit of salt. This is a lot of pork, so you can put. Don't be too careful with that. Just a little dusting of flour. It's going to give it a nice color.
I've never done it that way. It's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's good enough. You'll see. It's not going to spend a lot of time in the frying pan.
So for the carrots, I use the peeler again, and even though the peeler is quite sharp, you know, I've never actually cut myself with it. That never happened.
I cut myself yesterday packing one to ship it to somebody.
Really?
Yes.
Oh God, don't say that.
They're great.
So with the carrots, I'm just gonna, sort of make pieces about this long, and the very small ones, I'm just gonna cut in half, just a little bit like that. So I have carrot pieces like this. They look good. Carrot strips like that. Very pretty. Oops. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do to all the carrots.
My pan is nice and hot. I'm going to put a little oil in it. Just a little bit. And I'm going to sear my tenderloins. What's that? I'm going to put a little bit of rosemary in here. See how that's going to do. I'm letting them sear until they're all nicely closed up, and I have a little bit of a color like that. That's good enough. That. See how this is going to look. They have a nice, nicely. I'm going to transfer them over to the pan. I'm going to add this rosemary on top. Just like that. Turn this off.
We need this. We need a hinge there.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the meat thermometer. I have it set to 145 degrees Fahrenheit, and put it like in the thickest part of the piece, and get it in the oven for about 25 minutes, or until it's done.
So all the carrots are nicely cut. I think they look nice. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of water, just, I'm sure all of you have cooked a lot of carrots. I don't have to tell you how to cook carrots. But, I usually, with the carrots, they have such great taste. They don't need much salt or anything, really. I'll put a little bit in, but just very little. Doesn't take much. They don't taste good if they're too salty, really. They're just, carrots are carrots. They're good raw and anything anyway.
I like a little aromalt on the carrots when they're done.
Yeah, but they're done.
Once they're done, you can put a little something on.
Yeah.
I'm going to start preparing the ingredients for the sauce.
Yes.
I don't need too much of the bell pepper.
Just a little bit, right?
Might as well use.
Yeah.
Might as well use it. We're going to do something called Zigeunersoße, sort of. It's like.
I can't keep up.
One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four.
Almost.
Yeah. One, two, three, four.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of. We probably have too much.
Yeah, I probably have too much. Let's try some. Great taste.
Go do some chives. Gotta be a little more careful with these.
These were the chives.
These are, what, you want to do the chives?
Yes.
I did the scallions here.
Yes. No, green onions.
Green onions.
Yeah. And these are the chives.
Yes. And we're going to need a little bit of this. But
Polenta is actually a dish that we didn't grow up with, you know, when we were very little, because it was Italian food, you know, I mean, southern Switzerland food. In northern Germany, polenta wasn't really something people would eat a lot. But we learned, you know, from our stepmother when we were 11, 12, 13 years old. She made a lot of polenta, and we learned to love it, and it's just a wonderful thing. Actually, it's what it is. It's corn grits. And this is a stone ground corn grits, you know, and there's nothing else in it than just, you know. But it doesn't look like much, but this is going to be a lot of food what we prepare today. And sometimes you probably wonder, why are we cooking such amounts of food? And but what we do is we eat, and then we store the rest, and sometimes we freeze it and we take it out, you know, so we don't have to cook every day. And so we just, if we have a great meal like this, you want to enjoy it maybe in 2 days again, or 3 days, or next week, and you take it out of the freezer, or just, you know, keep it in the fridge for 2 days and then, you know, warm it up. And sometimes it even tastes better when it's warmed up. So we're going to make a lot of polenta, because polenta, once it's done, we can also take it cold out of the fridge and make little patties out of polenta and fry it in the frying pan, and they're
a little tomato on top and
they're
cheese.
wonderful. Yeah, they're just for themselves. So what it takes, you know, it's half milk, half water. So I took 2 cups of polenta, 2 cups of corn, and what I need then is 3 times the amount of volume, you know. So that would be like 6 cups compared to 2 cups. So, but the 6 cups are going to be then split in half. Half water, half milk. This is how we do it. So I add the 2 cups of milk and 2 cups of water. And what I need to do, this, it depends sometimes how long this corn takes to get soft and done. And sometimes it takes a little bit more water. And as it cooks, and you have to always stir it, because it always wants to bubble and splatter everywhere. So you have to always be with the polenta. The polenta doesn't want to be alone. And then you maybe have to add a little bit of hot water, you know, just to sort of ease it out. But we'll see how this works out. I'm going to heat this up first. I'm going to also add 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon of salt to this, not tablespoon, a teaspoon. And you could also take a little less salt, you know, if you're conscious about this. But you know, just not a really how do you say, a scoop, you know, a teaspoon, just a teaspoon of this. This tastes really good.
This recipe is awfully close to grits, and when I heard people talk about grits here, they first told me at Over at Harold's that they use it for caulking in log cabins. I don't know about that.
Really? We don't have much time.
No, this is gonna bubble over otherwise.
Let's just play a little short.
I'm going to fix something like a sauce. I'm going to start off with I didn't clean my pan out But I'm gonna need a little bit more olive oil in here. And we'll start with my green onions.
Okay. Actually, by the way, we can put the polenta in. You see, this is now really boiling, so we can put the cornbreads. Turn the heat down here for the polenta. That's gonna take some time. Okay, for the polenta, you can take any, grits, corn grits, but make sure there's no self-rising, substance in there. This is what I use right now here. we try different things and they work fine.
So I'm waiting till the scallions get a little bit of the color of it. And I'm gonna throw my peppers in here. Fry it up a little bit. Maybe like that. I'm going to do a little bit of calvados, just a good slice like that, and boil it in.
You line it up?
No, well, you can, but be careful.
Have to burn the house down.
I'm going to throw in a little bit of thyme. We can take this out again a little later. And then I'm going to use where is it? Here. I'm going to dust it a little bit with a little flour. Stir it around a little bit like that. And there's a good glass of red wine in there. A little bit of parsley. And I'm going to add a little bit of vegetable bouillon. A good one like that. Fresh pepper. And we'll see about the salt in a minute. I added a little water to it. About 3 ounces or so. Now it's starting to really nicely become a sauce.
It smells good.
I'm steering away. It's nice and bubbly. Melissa, you said you like grits, right?
Oh yeah.
Grits really became a fashionable food, right? Just the last few years, We were on the road everywhere. There was this like, more. You put more of the vegetables.
Yeah, a little bit more stock. It just,
you have all these great grits, with shrimp grits and good stuff. But this is really good. Because of the cheese grits, actually. Polenta.
I turn the sauce off. I'm going to add a little bit of butter in it to smoothen everything out. And then we'll have us a nice sauce here. And at the end, I'm going to add the chives. Just like that. The alarm for my pork is running, so let's have a quick look at it. Really looks nice.
I drained the carrots, and I'm going to put a little bit of butter in it. Just a little bit. And I'll add some parsley. And I have a salt here. That's not as salty, but it's infused with a lot of herbs. It tastes really, really good. You can get it on Amazon. I think it's from Switzerland. It's Dr. Vogel. And it's really good stuff. I mean, once you discover this is really a good thing because you use less salt and you have a lot of taste. Put a little bit on this. Yeah.
Once the meat's out of the oven, you have to let it rest for a few moments so that the juices can go back into the outer parts of the piece. I'm going to add a little bit more liquid to the sauce. Just a tad more because it's gotten a little soft. Let's see how this is going to turn out. Looks good.
So the grits is pretty tender, so it's nice. So I added just a sprinkle of water before, just to keep it a little bit more in this sort of consistency here. And now it's still really, really hot, of course. I'm just going to add this cheese. And that's why I'm always, that's why I'm also very careful with the salt, because the cheese adds a lot of salt. So, polenta is done.
Sneak in a little tune before we serve everything.
Yes.
Kansas City, here I come. To Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women, and I'm gonna give them one. I'm standing on the corner, 12th Street and Vine. I'm standing on the corner, 12th Street and Vine. With a Kansas City woman and a bottle of Kansas City wine. Well, I might take a train and I might take a plane. If I have to walk, I'm gonna get there just the same. I'm going to Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women, I'm gonna give me one. So I'm going to cut this up like that. You can, let's check if it's done. Yes, it's perfectly done. You can just hold your hand up here. Just keep everything together while you slice it. Slice at an angle so that you get nice big slices. Just like that. Watch out, don't cut yourself. Once you're done, all you have to do is put your knife underneath like that. Transfer it over to your platter. All right, there you have it like that. Use the same. Let me get the second one here. It's a little on the pink side, but it's done, yes. I'm adding the juices from the pan to the sauce. I have the sauce done. There's a little twig left here. I can just then put the sauce over the middle, over here. That way, serve it neatly.
Does it get any better than this? Gorgeous day, wonderful food that I didn't have to cook. So let's see how this tastes. Smells fantastic. You guys worked really hard.
This was a lot of cooking today.
Well,
Yeah.
at once. Kept that banjo arm strong during this polenta. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Some cheesy grits. That is very good. Very good.
And we don't even pay you to say that.
No, you don't.
We just starve you a little bit.
Yeah. I don't eat breakfast before these shows, so I'm always ready.
So what did we say?
And good
miteinander.
It's good. Bon appetit.
Wow, that was a cooking show today again. A lot of food, and we have so much food now we can eat for 2 weeks. No.
It wasn't that much. It was wonderful to cook the pork tenderloin, and it was a lot of cooking. Not a lot of music, but there'll be a lot of music this weekend again with the Kruger Brothers shows coming up. And so I hope that you're having fun cooking something like that. Hope that you're going to join us again next week for when it says Food Notes 14 at the time.
Okay, you take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.